Hi everyone, we are live. I'm just linking some of these other platforms. So hello again, Benjamin Bryant here, live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube and TikTok all at the same time. So I've got a few different things going on here and a few different screens, but welcome to everyone who's joining. First off, I'm just going to make sure you can all hear me and see me properly for this live stream. Hi everyone, we've got Golden Champagne there, said hi. Carrie, we've got Gimusfa, Muhammad, is that? Lots of people joining. We're on Instagram here. I'm going to do a Q&A now, which is going to run for about half an hour. So you guys can pop your questions in down below. I'll do my best to answer them and we'll go like that. So any questions you have, put them in the comments below. Hi everyone, we've got Trip with Love. Hi. Who else do we have? We're on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and YouTube all at the same time. So it's going to be a bit manic for me, but thank you all for joining. I've had some questions coming already, which I've got up on my screen as well from some people. But if you've got any other questions, put them down here. I'm just looking across the different screens. We've got 2 people on Facebook, 2 likes. We've got a few viewers on YouTube as well. So hi guys to you. Instagram is going quite lively. So hello to you all. And I'm seeing all these. Got love from India there. If you guys will maybe let me know where you're watching from, that'd be cool. I'm just checking a few of these different live platforms. Anyway, so I hope you're all well. What I'm doing at the moment is weekly live Q&As. So this is the second. I did some last year, but I'm starting to do them again this year because I think they're quite useful. People can ask questions and you can just generally see what's going on. So yeah, we've got some people from New York there. Yorkie F. We've got Ibrahim there from the Maldives. Hope it's nice and sunny down there. I'm here in London in my office at the moment. We've got Graham from Newcastle, England. That's where I went to university, actually, Graham. Good place to be. I've got a question come in here from Mario. Have you been to Rithi Faru? And greetings from Liechtenstein. I have been. The content about Rithi Faru Resort on my Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Head over to those and you'll find those videos. There's stories, highlights as well from Rithi Faru. So Mario, you can check that out. If you've got problems finding it, let me know and I'll send you a link. So that's first question in. We've got hello there from Los Angeles. I'm just going to scroll back through these comments quickly on Instagram since I logged on. Nothing come through yet on Facebook. So we've got lots of hellos and different bits and bobs. I don't know if we've got any questions yet. Just lots of people saying hello. So what I'll get into now is questions that came through on my Instagram. I kind of want to make sure those people are here actually. Have we got when Cash Chan, is she there? And have we got Freddie Mora? And have we got Juju Premier? Any of you guys here on Instagram? If you are, give me a wave or thumbs up and I'll get around to answering your questions. If not, I'll jump into it. We've got someone on Facebook here from Argentina. So the questions that came in on Instagram. Oh, we've got another one here. When am I planning to come to the Maldives again? So that's a good question. No travel planned for the next few weeks. Looking to do some UK stuff over summer. So maybe go to the Lake District here in the UK, maybe to Wales and Scotland. The Maldives probably after the wet season because it's the wet season now, all the way through until October, November. And then after that, November onwards, it starts getting dry and hot, which is great. So Ibrahim, I'm probably going to be going back to the Maldives in November time, December time, depending on travel restrictions and things. Just to let you guys know, there's a few different things going on here. So you can send your comments in here and questions and I'll answer them. There's a donate button there, which just is a new feature for Instagram. It helps support what I do. And I think there's a link in the description as well. And there you can go to my link tree and that will take you to all the different platforms that I have. So if you're on Instagram, follow me over on YouTube. You'll get slightly different content there. Same as on TikTok, all the guys on TikTok watching. Hi to you guys. You can all follow me across different platforms and people on YouTube and Facebook, obviously, vice versa. Ibrahim, just quick question there. Whereabouts are you from in the Maldives? Are you working at a resort or something? Someone said come to Iran. So I've actually thought about going to Iran and you know, the Middle East and that kind of area, Arabia, UAE and stuff. So definitely that's on the agenda. Nice and hot there. I've been to Dubai a few times. So yeah, and at the moment I've got a question here from Shadu. At the moment I live here in London, so just north of London, UK, and I travel whenever I need to go on trips. So yes, and what we've got, Trip with Love, say I'm watching you from everywhere. Oh, thank you for following across all my different platforms. And we've got someone here, XSA, has said they love the Maldives. They've been there 21 times in the Maldives, favorite place. Wow, well, gosh, that is a lot of times to visit the Maldives. Okay, so oh, Ibrahim, you work in the medical field. Okay, thanks for that update. That's good to know. Hope it's sunny over there. So what we're going to do is get into some of these questions I got sent through, which I have on my screen here. One's from Juju Premier, one's from Freddie Mora, and one's from Wendy Chan. So if any of you guys are in the Instagram room now, just let me know, put your hand up, wave or say hello, and we're going to get onto some of your questions. And I've got a question here also come through on Facebook, so I'll get to that on YouTube from Ujat. So we'll get around to them. So the first question here is, which resort is my next destination, my next target, is what Ujat said. So it depends. There's a few different resort openings in the Maldives. So every year, I don't know if you guys know, they open new resorts, and each resort is on its own island. So you can actually see that photo there. That is one island, and the resort is there, that little spot. So when you go to the Maldives, you go to one resort only. So you'll be flying to, say, Park Hyatt. It's on an island called Hadahar. So you'll fly in to the main airport, and then you'll get a seaplane or a boat out to Park Hyatt. And then you'll be there on that one island, just like this, for the week or 2 weeks, unless you decide to move to another island resort, and then you'll move across. So yeah, that's kind of how it works. My next target is probably going to be some of the new openings. There's a Ritz-Carlton, there's a Le Méridien, there's quite a few other really nice properties that have opened there this year. So the idea is to go there, shoot some video for them, and show you guys what they're like. So that was a question that was on YouTube. We've had one come on TikTok, so I've got another phone here. Favorite part of the Maldives? Good question. Maldives is split into different atolls, so different collections of small islands like this, sort of north to south, and each are very different. I find that in the middle, you're near to the airport and it's a bit busier, whereas if you go far south or far north, it's a bit more remote. There's less traffic, there's less people like that. So yeah, that's from Scarlett Dunn. So I would say if you're going to go, maybe go a bit remote, fly to the middle in the center, and then fly out to some of the further atolls north and south. And then we got another one, John T on TikTok's thinking about going to the Maldives. So yes, right. Another question. Let me just catch up on things on YouTube, Instagram here. So we got Ibrahim, Sunny Days. Afghanza says hi, hello. Hi to all of you guys who have just joined. I'll just kind of give you an update again. We're doing a Q&A here, so you can put your questions in and I'll answer them. So I appreciate you all joining. There is comments below. You can type things in. I'll do my best to get through those questions as quickly as I can. Remember to link me across other different platforms, and you can follow what's going on in different places. And there's badges here in Instagram as well, which you can help donate to the costs of all this video production and stuff like that. So we have a question saying, what do I like and dislike about the Maldives? From Shadu Ram on Instagram. So I kind of like everything about the Maldives. It's hot, sunny, tropical, great fish, great marine life. So yeah, basically everything is good. The service is really good. What I dislike is sometimes it's maybe too hot. You could argue that it's not really a thing to dislike. Traveling from the UK takes a long time, really. So that's one of the things I dislike about it. So thanks for that question. So Mario wanted the link to Riti Faru, a question that we had earlier. Yeah, if you ever scroll back through, Mario, you'll see some of my stuff. And if not, go to my story highlights and move your way through them for Riti Faru, and you'll see all of the behind the scenes stuff. And then you should be able to look back in my content. But send me a DM. I'll try and get that through to you. We've got a lot more people on TikTok. We've got quite a few viewers here on Facebook and YouTube. So hi to you guys there. Let's have a look at some of these other questions. Next island is, okay, so XSA is out to the Maldives again. He's going to a different island called Theru, which is a very small island. So we got a question here from Arhidi, 1996. So you guys are off to Cinnamon Donvelly for your honeymoon. Congratulations. In March next year, I guess. Any recommendations would be greatly appreciated. Okay, cool. So Cinnamon Donvelly is great. It's one that I stayed at in, when was it? Early last year, went there with my brother filming. So you can find quite a lot of content still on my feed if you just go back, not too far. But Donvelly is good because it's got a lot of variety of different places and different parts of the island to go to, and there's different levels of accommodation. So yeah, recommendations in terms of nothing more than just general recommendations for the for a resort like that. The beach is really nice and it's worth exploring around the beach. Snorkeling off of Donvelly is really good by the arrival jetty. There's a little section of coral reef there, so you got to be careful of the boats coming in and out, but that's where we snorkeled every day basically. So yeah, thanks for that question. That's from Arhidi. We've got someone who's been at Park Hyatt, very windy. It was windy for me as well, actually. We've got Graham Wharton also booked for Donvelly in November. So it's quite popular, Donvelly, at the moment. 2 you booked in Overwater Suite. Any particular room number? Yeah, so Graham Wharton, if you're listening to this, oh, I've had a badge being bought by Zara. Thank you, Zara. That's very nice of you. If Graham Wharton's still there about Donvelly, the water suites curve out in it's almost like a D shape actually. And what you need to do is make sure you're on the outside of that D, because some of the water villas curve in and they're almost a bit overlooked from one's either side. So yeah, that's a question from Graham Wharton. So I can't remember in terms of numbers, but you can call them up or email them and just say you want one that's not overlooked on an inside of a curve. You want one on the outside of the curve. Ones that face towards the other resort, which is neighbouring resort called Four Seasons. So up that end, and Four Seasons is a nice resort to look at. So that's for Graham Wharton. So I've got advice on fully enjoying the Maldives. I've got my Facebook address. Well, that's linked in the description, I think. If not, it's in my Instagram profile on my link tree. Hi to everyone on YouTube, Facebook. I've got some hellos there from Praka Karsten, from Ibrahim, from Maria from Quebec, from Son. So hi guys to all of you. And TikTok over on this phone here, someone saying here, IMFW is saying I should try one and only Riti Ra. Not cheap, but great place. Yes, that does look amazing. I'd love to go to that resort. We've also got someone there from Scotland, Scott's Adventure. Hi to you. And a few other bits and bobs on TikTok. So yeah, sorry if it's a little bit hectic. I'm obviously doing live on all these different platforms. And it's a bit tricky to keep track of all the comments, but I hope thanks for staying with me. We've got 20 here on Instagram. We've got a few over on TikTok as well. And about 10-ish, I think, on Facebook and YouTube. So that's great. Remember, if anyone might be interested in watching this, hearing about the Maldives, then you can hit the little share button down there or there and share it across. I think we've had a question come in here through the actual questions box, and there's a few comments here in languages I can't read, I'm afraid. So sorry about that. Okay, what do you think about the expense in the Maldives? Is it too expensive? From Shadu Ram. It's not really, it kind of depends. You can go to the Maldives on quite a small budget, believe it or not. You can fly into the main island. You can stay on the main island where the airport is at a guest house for quite a reasonable, maybe £100 a night, £200 a night, and you can stay there. It's not exactly the same as the other expensive luxury resort islands, but there is a lot to do and you can do that. So that's a good question there. Sorry guys, we had another one in German which I can't answer, I'm afraid. I used to do German, but I can't quite make that one out. Someone said, Yorkie FG said, does the Maldives have all-inclusive resorts? And it most certainly does. It's got lots of them, lots of different levels and standards. You'll have 4-star ones, 5-star ones, various different levels of all-inclusive resorts, but it's known for its all-inclusive resort. So yeah, if you want all-inclusive there, Yorkie, then you'll definitely get it. Thanks again for that badge there, Zara. Appreciate that. Which resort or place do I highly recommend? Graham said thanks for the advice. Okay, that's all good, Graham, no worries. I hope that helps. You can look at my stories, a story highlights from Cinnamon Don Valley, and you'll see some on my iPhone, probably from the water suite where I was staying. So you can just have a look there and get a feel for it on the map. But yeah, hopefully that was clear. You don't want to be on the inside of the curve. You want to be on the outside edge, on the very edge of the resort and the water suites, looking out to Four Seasons, I would say. Depends if you like watching other people come and go, but for me, the privacy is better than that. Someone on John T's asked on TikTok, have I been to Ireland? Yeah, I've been there on a stag do to Dublin, and I've been to a few other places. So yeah, Ireland's a good place. We have someone saying hello from Argentina, and I've got another question that's come in here. Okay, a question from Stories saying, how long have I been there? I guess they mean the Maldives. They said, I was literally so bored after 5 nights at a certain resort. I won't mention it in case, other people might enjoy that resort. But I don't know. I'm not always there. I go there on trips. My stories are always coming out from there, but obviously I'm not there like all the time. And I live here in London. The Maldives, for me, I never get bored of it. I could see maybe if you did more than 2 weeks, you might do. But it depends on what type of person you are. There's snorkeling, there's eating, there's jungle activities. You can visit local islands, but you can just relax. And snorkeling, if you're into sea life and snorkeling, you'll be fine. You won't get bored at all. But it's a good comment, actually. So yes, thank you for that one. Then we have, what else do we have here? We've got a few people on Facebook. I've got some questions here. I don't know if these people have joined. So Juju Premier said, basically the same question. The Maldives looks beautiful, but don't you get bored there? Any nice activities? So yes, there is lots of nice activities to do. You can do snorkeling mainly, like I said, water sports. You can do boat trips and excursions like cruises. So there's sports on the island, volleyball and that kind of thing, and water sports as well. So if you love jet skiing and all of that kind of stuff, then yeah, it's amazing. So that was from Juju Premier. Just going to catch up on comments. We have someone on TikTok here saying Royal Island is a good one. It's got a glowing beach and it's nice in February to March. So thanks for that. I am FW on TikTok. Just to remind you all guys, I've got 4 platforms going here. So if you are on one, just consider having a look at the other platforms. The content's slightly different across each one. I've got a group on Facebook, which I'm running, and longer content on YouTube. And I'm going to be doing a lot more on YouTube as we go. So yeah, have a little look across my platforms on different different social media. That'd be great. So we've had some questions. Which island is my favorite? What's our next project here in the Maldives? And Bali, Indonesia is missing me. I would like to go to Indonesia, actually. That's from Endujangara. So yeah, that would be really nice. Indonesia, Thailand, other places in Southeast Asia. I was born in Hong Kong, actually. So my parents are English, but I was born in Hong Kong. So I have lived there for, well, basically a year. So definitely need to go back to Southeast Asia and do some more filming. We've had someone ask, am I recruiting? Well, at the moment, I'm not really. I'm taking on I've got a new video editor starting with me soon. So the content level and quality is going to go up higher, which would be really nice. And I've got someone going to help me out with my social media. So hopefully I can talk to you guys a little bit more often and, you know, do all of the things I want to do to be able to give you some good information. So not recruiting in terms of people to travel with, I'm afraid. I've got a few lines of people with friends and family based on that. But yeah, good question anyway. Thank you. We have a few other people on TikTok. We've got Jack there. All right, Jack, how you doing? We've got Lizzie 519. Thanks for joining. And yeah, great weather here in the UK. Oh, here we go. Someone said on TikTok has asked question. Gold Rush Anonymous said, what would be a country you would least recommend? That's tricky, actually. Least recommend, I would. Oh, it's very hard. I think just to not recommend a country is hard because it depends on where you're staying in that country. Lots of places are different within the country. So, yeah, I find that be a bit of a tricky one. Let me have a think. I'll come back to that one. I'd at least recommend England, maybe, because it's wet and cold here a lot of the time, or England in winter, unless it's snowy and you're in London. Then, you know, I'll say that. But yeah, I feel a bit bad saying that, as England's my home country. But tricky question. And I've been asked to say hello to someone's sister called Alta. So hello, Alta. Thanks for watching. Hope you're well. And thanks to your sister for getting me to say hello to you. So what else do we have here? We have a question. We've got a couple on Instagram. I have seen these ones from you guys about from Booth about the best resort for honeymoon and where is the clearest beach from Hanim. So I'll get to those in a sec. First off, I'll just have a look at the Facebook and YouTube comments. We've got Maria here saying, when am I coming to Canada? You've got beautiful beaches. However, the weather is very cold. Canada is actually, for me, a really great country because my relatives live there. So my auntie, uncle and cousins live out in Canada near Toronto. So I'm definitely going to be going there and filming some stuff around the lakes, hopefully, the beaches and the lakes and up in the forest kind of areas. Because yeah, it's like you said, it is amazing and cold. I guess it depends where you are in Canada, but yeah, I'm going summer probably. So yeah, I'll definitely be going to Canada. Thanks for that question, Maria, on Facebook. Now back to Instagram here. We have, okay. So best resort for honeymoon in the Maldives. In my opinion, it kind of depends what you're looking for. If you want all-inclusive luxury, I would say there's a resort called Ozen by Atmosphere. That one is just so slick, really good. Aida is very good. Cinnamon Velafushi is actually really good as well, quite a new resort. But there's so many. It depends what you want out of your honeymoon, really, if you want to just relax together or if you want to do more than that. So thanks for that question. Hanim here. Where is the clearest beach in the Maldives? It's a good question because lots of different Maldives islands are quite different in terms of what beaches they have, and do they have access to other areas. It's worth looking in quite a lot of detail at different images and photos and maps as well, Google Maps of the resort that you're looking to go to. I'd say if you really want a Clearest beach, what you need to do is go to a resort island. You'll probably find a great beach there, but then see if they do trips out to islands and sandbanks and like little islets, they call them. Because if you can get a boat to a sandbank and get dropped off, they sometimes leave you there for an hour or so. You'll see some of my videos show that. And yeah, that's great because the beach is so clear. The sand is super white. There's no one else around. And that's pretty good, although it gets very hot on those sandbanks. So yeah, thanks for that question there. That was from Honeymoon. Just scrolling through here. We've got a few more on Instagram. We've got a few people on TikTok here as well. And nearly 10 people on across Facebook and YouTube. So hello to all of you. No more questions there. So we'll crack on with the Instagram questions for a little bit. And if Freddie Mora is on Instagram or Wendy Chan, let me know because you guys send questions in on Instagram stories, so I'll get around to finishing them. So someone said XSA has asked, your background photo is this one, Ansanga Velavaru. It is, and good spot. So these photos here are now on sale. So I sell them through a company called Riptide Prints, and you can get framed prints from their website delivered to your door worldwide. So if you're interested in any of my framed prints like these two, then you can click the link in my bio on Instagram, and within those links on the link tree, it'll take you to the one that says buy my prints. And yeah, really appreciate that. So if you guys fancy one of these for your house, then you know what to do. Oh, and I had a little donation there from Rini1061, bought a badge. Thank you very much for that. Really appreciate that. Instagram are doing this new thing to support creators like us, which is Instagram badges, which you'll see at the bottom. So I know it looks like I have a great life and I don't really need the donations, but it's a thing that Instagram puts on now. But it would really support what I do in terms of video production. The last few years I've been putting in a lot of savings to do this traveling. You know, a lot of time and effort and yeah, a lot of dedication to the cause. So thank you there, Rini, for that badge that you bought to support what we're doing here. Got some more questions here. Oh yeah, that's right. Shadow's saying, I think war-torn countries would be the least recommended. I think you're probably right there, actually. Avoid those for sure. Then we've got, can I talk about tips and tricks when traveling on a honeymoon, i.e. saving money, full board, half board, etc.? Okay, I'll get around to that question. So that one is, let me see if I can pin this somehow. Sorry, excuse me a second. Okay, so the question is, traveling on a honeymoon, do I have any tips to save money, whether to go full board, half board, etc.? Save money. At the moment, lots of resorts are doing discounts, so keep your eye out for discounts. Follow the resorts' Instagram pages and Facebook and things, because often they announce discounts on there. So you might be able to win a competition to go for a trip. You might be able to get a special discount code. So yeah, follow the resorts you're interested in on Instagram, Facebook, trying to get discount. When you're actually out there, full board or half board, to be honest, I think full board is too much generally. Like, you don't need breakfast at 9 and then lunch at 12, and then like, it's just so much food. What I've done on quite a few jobs is just eat breakfast and then a late breakfast, like 10 o'clock kind of thing, have some coffees and teas before then grab a late breakfast, and then that'll see me through until dinner, which is generally starts around 7. So that way you could save a lot of money on your food. And also, yeah, I think drinks, obviously, depending on if you drink alcohol or not. Alcohol is very expensive out there. So if you can cut down your alcohol costs and expenses, then that's great. all-inclusive, it's kind of down to you really. If you want an all-inclusive and just be able to really relax and chill, like that's really good. You can't beat a good all-inclusive where you know everything is there and you can have as much as you want. But yeah, those are ways to cut down money, and just look at different levels of resorts. It's not all 5-star luxury. There are different levels for different price brackets. So yeah, hopefully that helps. That was a question there from, I'm trying to find you, Booth, B-U-T-D-H. A few likes, comments, shares. Thanks everyone who's just joining. I'm going to wrap this up quite soon, just a live Q&A. I'm going to do them every week, so you'll have another chance next week to get involved, ask me some questions, and hopefully get your questions answered. Again, thanks to Rini for your donation there. And we've got some talking again about Bali. Yeah, it's here when I need to go. So thanks for that. I'll be making my way there soon. And hello to Malak. And I have one more question on Instagram. I'm just going to check over on some of these other platforms. TikTok here. We've got 2 questions. Would you have answered that one? And favorite place from Scarlett Dunn. I think we answered that one as well on TikTok. So that's all good. And then YouTube and Facebook, I think, has also no more questions there. So I think we're nearly done. I don't know if Freddie Moore joined, but his question was, what is one thing everyone must keep in mind when visiting for the first time? That's to the Maldives. I guess it applies to anywhere else really. At the moment, the big thing is the whole COVID restrictions, PCR tests, and costs that you're going to incur to do with those. So that's what I would say for that one. And then Wendy Chan is asking, will I cover other European countries besides the Maldives? Austria is her next destination. So yes, I definitely will be. So the idea is to do more European content and more content in sort of lakes, mountains, forests, that kind of thing. So fingers crossed, you guys, you'll see some more content coming out from those sort of destinations and a bit more from Europe and other countries. And Shadows asked, did you face any difficulties traveling in the pandemic and the vaccine restrictions, PCR tests? Generally, no. It was a lot easier than I thought. People make it out like it's going to be so hard, but really, if you get your paperwork in order and you understand that you have to do a passenger locator form for your country that you're arriving to and the one that you're going back to your home country, they're quite long forms. Some are online, some have to be done before you get to the airport. So that's a big tip. The PCR tests are fairly straightforward to do, obviously, and some countries now have vaccine. They're a bit looser on restrictions if you've had a vaccine, but it's not necessary. So I think people are worried that you couldn't travel without the vaccine, and yeah, it's not like that. You can get, most places you can have a PCR test and it's fine. Other places, yes, they may, I think, say Mauritius, the quarantine is a lot less if you do have the vaccine, but you don't have to. I don't think. You can still go and quarantine for longer. Mauritius is quite strict, I think, at the moment. But at the end, yeah, there's different countries have different types of restrictions. So it just all depends on where you're going. But don't feel that you can't travel. You definitely can. It's definitely possible. Check out what you need to travel before so that you can see if you do need a vaccine or not, and then you can make that decision yourself. So that's it. A few more people joined, but unfortunately, I'm actually going to wind this up in a second. So first off, I'm going to disconnect the Facebook and YouTube. So thanks everyone for watching there. And this video will be available to watch on YouTube and Facebook afterwards as a post, as it will also on IGTV. So goodbye, Facebook and YouTube.